Unit 4 quiz. Number 1, you're given a point. You're given an equation for the slope. Write an equation of the line tangent to the graph of f at the point where x is 2 and use it to approximate f of 1.8. So number 1, I wrote an equation for the line where x is 2, y is negative 8. And then I was able to find the slope was negative 1.5. So I set up an equation in point slope form and then plugged in what they asked me to, which was 1.8. Plug in 1.8, solve for y. Number 1 would be negative 7.7. And remember, on the AP exam this year, you can use your calculator for everything. Arithmetic, Math 8, Math 9, whatever you need to use it for. Number 2, you are given a velocity and you're asked to find acceleration. So velocity is first derivative, acceleration is second derivative. So I'm going to take the derivative of velocity, little chain rule, then I would plug in 4 after I've found my equation for acceleration. And you were given some information that I don't think you would need to get number 2 correct. So you did not need to worry about the point x equals 8 at time t equals 0. Question 3. Rate of change of the volume of the water. So you could look up how to find volume of a cylinder if you needed to. I'm sure it's in your notes somewhere from this unit when we did unit 4. I take the derivative of the velocity equation with respect to time, and then I am plugging in things. And if you are filling up a can, a cylinder, the rate of change of the radius is going to be absolutely nothing. As you fill it up, the rate of change, the height is definitely changing, but not the rate of change of the radius. So that turned a big chunk of that equation into 0. That's number 3. Question 4 is L'Hopital's rule. So if I'm going to work out that limit and I try to do it with substitution, I would get 0 over 0. That is a case where you could use L'Hopital's rule to figure out the limit. So his rule says take the derivative of the numerator, you would get cosine. Take the derivative of the denominator. Now try plugging in 0. And you don't get 0 over 0 anymore. You get 1/2, so you have found your answer. L'Hopital's rule also says if you need to, you could use the rule again. For example, if you plugged in 0 or whatever, and you got 0 over 0 again, it would be fine to use that rule twice. And then number 5, I took the derivative with respect to time, and that was quotient rule. And that simplified a little bit, ends up being choice D.